What's up, guys, and welcome back. This is a 2024 Lexus NX350 F Sport handling, and that's mainly a carryover from the last model year with minor tweaks on the interior and the exterior, mostly as far as the different color combination and a few additional features on the interior. And today, thanks to Lexus of Sarasota, I'm going to be able to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to start with the front of it, then pop the hood, see what powers up this thing, jump inside, play with some cool and interesting technology, and at the end of this video, we're going to go for a ride together. If that's something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel where I post 2 car reviews every single week. And now, let's get back to this. It's important to mention that the major redesign for the Lexus NX happened back in 2022, and since then they're basically unchanged, with minor tweaks here and there. There are also 4 different powertrains that are available on the NX. So there's 250 and 350, both that are gasoline only vehicles. Then there's a 350h, which is a hybrid, and a 450 Plus, which is a plug-in hybrid. On the exterior, they're going to be very similar, with the differences being based on which trim level you choose. Like, for example, we have this F Sport handling, which is the more sporty version, but if you look at my review of the NX250, this one was, I believe, the luxury version, which is a completely different front end. Let's start right here. Nice flat hood with the 2 risers right on the sides, creating this more aerodynamic look. And then the Lexus grille. Love it or hate it, you know, I'm not sure what your opinion is about it, but let me know in the comment section below. This is all in this piano black, shiny black, big Lexus logo right here. Then at the bottom you have some trim piece that's polished aluminum, and then of course on the F Sport we have much wider air dams, the air curtains that are functional, creating this better airflow for better aerodynamics, and also they look a lot cooler. Fog lights right down here, and then you have the bi-LED headlamps with the daytime running lights. They're all LEDs. Nice and aggressive look. Now, we've done the 250, so I showed you the power plant on that. This is the sporty one. Let's check it out. Underneath the hood of this NX350 F Sport handling, we'll find a 2.4-liter turbocharged engine producing 275 horsepower and 317 foot-pounds of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This particular vehicle is an all-wheel drive, so it's capable of delivering the power to all 4 wheels. And I do like this engine setup right here, with the hood struts on the side, some noise insulation. I'm curious about the driving dynamics. 0 to 60 on this one is about 6.6 seconds. We'll check it out how it drives at the end of this video. If you like the color of this vehicle, they call it Cloudburst Gray, and looks really good with this vehicle. Let's see what we have going on in here. So first of all, we have the 20-inch rims, which are standard equipment on the F Sport handling on the 350 series. 235 by 50, this is the size of the tires. What's also important to mention while we're here, that it also equipped with the adaptive dampers in the suspension. The wheel arches are painted the same color as the rest of the vehicle. We have the F Sport badging. Everything around the windows is either finished with the black chrome right here, or the piano black. You also have the piano black low profile roof rails. And if you look at the mirror right here, now this is folded in, so it's good. You can see it. There's a big chrome trim piece. This is the only chrome trim piece all over the vehicle, which I'm not sure why they did it, but they did. The piano black top of the mirror, which also has the turn signal indicator and the blind spot assist. Let's unfold it. You can do that by using the keyless entry system on the vehicle. Stick your hand in there, and that's going to unlock it for you. You can do it on all 4 of the door handles as long as you have the key somewhere on you. Speaking about the key, I'm going to show that to you in just a moment. But also an important thing, it does have this new door handles. These are not the typical door handles. What detach from the door, you basically have a little button that you need to press in order to unlock the door, and then of course pull the door open. Now at the bottom of these doors you have this matte black trim, which I kind of wish that they did in the either piano black or the same color as the rest of this vehicle. And before we move to the back, let me show you the key. So this is the new Lexus key. It looks kind of cool, right? They have the lock, unlock, hold for the gate, and hold for the panic button. You also have the little Lexus logo, and if you needed the emergency key, that actually detaches from here. You have to stick something in here and open it up. And because this is the 350 F Sport handling, you have a more aggressive design in the back as well. Start right on the top here. You have this gate spoiler with the third brake light here. Kind of wish that they hid this wiper, and I said that before. If there is a way, please hide it. It's going to keep it nice and clean without this protruding wiper in the back. Love the lights. They're fully LED tail lights with the turn signals, backup lights, and of course your tail lights, and this glows. Now the Lexus is spelled out, and I said the mirror was the only chrome trim piece. I lied. There's Lexus in chrome, NX350 all-wheel drive in chrome as well. They could have blacked it out, to be honest with you, if they wanted to match it with the rest of this interior, but actually it pops in chrome as well. Bottom side of the bumper right here, you have the reflector lights, more aggressive styling at the bottom of the bumper. And these are trim pieces only. They're non-functional, kind of the air outtakes, but overall it looks very, very nice. And of course, the gate is power, so let's pop this open and let's see how much room we have. Check out the roominess in the back. Before we do that, let's take a quick look right here. So you have two buttons over here. One is to close it, one is to close it and lock it. And let's take a look inside. So it does have some room. I gotta tell you, it's a bit smaller than the RDX, which is probably the biggest in the segment, but it does have quite a bit of room. An additional power outlet in the back. Here are the hooks for your groceries, a little cargo net, and then you also can get a cargo net that will spread over here and secure whatever you have in the back so it doesn't roll around. If you open this up, you have an additional storage space right here, which means there's no spare tire. And if you open the rest of it up, look how much more storage you have inside. Now the seats also fold down. They're 60-40 split. This cargo cover, of course, is removable and foldable, which is a pretty neat feature on it. You can see that you can take it out, fold it in half, and this is how it looks. And of course, you can fold down both seats, and that's going to create that much room in the back. Well, if you're wondering about the roominess, let's check it out. I'm 6 feet tall. This front seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I am touching, but barely, the back of this seat. It's a little bit tighter than the Acura RDX or the Mercedes-Benz GLC, but it's not bad at all. I also have plenty of shoulder room in here. And let's check out the rest of this interior. Start with the rear door panel and see what's going on here. So you have the speaker right here, nice trim piece over here. Now the materials are more premium than on the non-luxury brands. This is all soft plastic. This is trimmed, and I believe this what they call the new Lux material, which is what the seats are made of. And this is nicely trimmed and padded. As far as the armrest, you also have the lock and window controls. And here's how you open the door, unlock it. So it says push to open. So you press this button, unlocks the door, and you basically push the whole thing. Now, in case the battery dies, you can use this as your regular door handle. You can basically see that it says push it twice and then it's gonna open. The bottom of the doors, you have a little bit more storage for like a bottle of water or something. And if you go inside here, we can see that here are the seats. Now this is the new Lux material. They perforated in the middle, solid on the sides. Nothing too crazy, no crazy colors, but they are available in the different leather trimming and colors, especially on the F Sport handling. You have the cup holders in the foldable armrest. And what's important, you do have your own vents for your climate control and a charging station right at the bottom with two USB Type-C ports and the regular 12-volt power adapter, and very slight bump right here in the middle. You also have the seat back pockets in both of the seats. And let's hear the door close. Boom. And let's take a look at this door handle. Normally when you pull on the door handle detaches, but you can pull it all you want, it's not going to happen. There's a little button underneath it. You push the button, it unlocks the door, and you just pull it open. Now on the inside right here, we have this trim piece right here, the same thing as we've seen in the back. No speaker on top, but there is a speaker at the bottom. And of course you have the window mirror lock controls. No memory seat settings that I can see over here. And you do have this new door handle with the push to open. You also have the puddle lights right here. You can't see it, but you know, you can see they illuminate my hand underneath here. A little bit more storage. And if you go inside, you have the F Sport trim piece right here, and you have the power adjustment for the seats. The front seats a little bit more profile. They also have the F Sport badging inside of the headrest. And if you look at the pedals right there, they're kind of like from the RC model, right? They're aluminum and rubber, very sporty and nice design. And if you look up here, you have the tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and this is all power adjustments. Let's jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. Well, here we are on the interior of this 2024 Lexus NX350 F Sport handling. So you have the two digital screens. One is the instrument cluster, of course. The other one is the infotainment system. We'll get into details about it in a little bit. And I kind of wish that this area right here was maybe spruced out with something else too. This is very plain. It is nice soft touch material though, and you can see that there are speakers right on top of here. You also have the head-up display, and right now we can see the speed limit sign and the parking 0 miles per hour. So there's different options that you can do as far as that. I don't know if you can see any of this, but I can control, you know, as far as the tracks and the phone, and then the volume up and down. So basically, this is the extension of what I have in the steering wheel. We'll get to it in just a second. Now you have a lot of piano black trim around the screens here and in this console overall, as well as at the bottom. I kind of wish that that was changed, maybe to a color, let's say like this. This sheen and color looks absolutely wonderful. I wish they used a little bit more of it. But let's see what we have. So we have the regular vents. We also have the dimmer, auto trip, the gas tank, and the gate release on the side. I love the steering wheel. I think this is my favorite steering wheel out of all the cars. It looks good. I love this Lexus logo and this non-shiny color. And then you have the pronounced pedal shifter. Now this is the 8-speed automatic transmission. There's no CVT in here. And you know, if you want to use this, that basically translates into the forward, backwards as far as the tracks, volume up and down, of course the pages. That controls what's going on as far as the different modes. So we can turn on the audio, and then you can see that right up on the head-up display, which I wish you could, but it's nice and bright and sunny day. And again, this controls what's going on. Like we can control from the head-up display the different modes as far as the displays, and then you can adjust the position of the head-up display up and down here. And then we have this fully digital instrument cluster, and that changes based on which mode you select. And here's the different modes that you have. So we have the Eco. This is your regular, most gas efficient driving mode. Then you can switch it to Sport S and Sport S Plus. And as you can see, that changes a little bit. We're going to leave it in Sport S Plus. So on this screen, you have the tachometer right on top and speedometer right underneath it. And then you have the gas gauge on the right-hand side, temperature gauge on the left-hand side. Distance to empty, 55 miles. And it says total average fuel economy is 3.8, which is obviously not true. 24 is the combined number, 21 in the city, 28 on the expressway. That's according to Lexus. And that's basically what we have. There's not too many adjustments that we can do in this screen itself, other than change it based on the drive mode. So leave it in the Sport Plus mode, and let's go to the infotainment system. So first of all, you have the start button for the engine. This is for your climate control. And then of course, you know, you can see the temperature adjust. So the bottom portion of this screen is reserved for your climate control. And this is the smaller screen. This is the standard screen that you'll get with this vehicle. And you can update it to the 14-inch screen, which I think it would be my preferred choice. But we're going to cancel the setup here. I just want to show you what we have. So this is the new infotainment system from Toyota. I do have my phone connected to it, so you can see that there is a Android Auto that's wireless. You also have the Apple CarPlay that's wireless. And, you know, for a small display, it's nice, bright, nice colors. I mean, nothing to complain about it. Let's see about the functionality. So let's go back to the Lexus screen, and then we have the different media. As far as the sources for the media, of course, you have my phone, Apple Music, Amazon Music, or radio. And if we hit radio, you have the FM, AM, and the Sirius XM. And of course, you have the phone connection, and let's see what we have as far as the settings for the vehicle. So the driving assist. Now this vehicle is equipped with the Lexus Safety System 3.0 Plus, right? So we can see the lane departure alert, blind spot monitor, safe exit assist, rear cross traffic alert, road sign assist, proactive driving assist, pre-collision system. These can all be turned on or off. It depends on what you want to do. And this is really important. Also the safe exit assist. I mean, if somebody trying to open the door and the vehicle detects something or somebody or a cyclist maybe that's going in the lane of traffic where you're trying to exit, it's not going to allow to open the door. So let's get back here, you know, as far as the settings. So your personal info, Bluetooth and devices, general notifications, Wi-Fi display, sound and media, vehicle customized. Let's see what we have. Head-up display, you can turn it on or off if you don't like it. Meter type 1. What's the meter type 1, 2, 3? Let's see what changes. Okay, so the meter type 1, 2, or 3 is basically the different designs on the dashboard. It's kind of a strange way of naming it, but we're gonna leave it with the drive mode. So another thing you can adjust is the lights, illumination, all zones by zone, door control, auto unlock, boarding and exit, steering column, tilt, custom drive mode. All right, so you can customize your drive mode, and basically you can do the powertrain, power normal eco, suspension, because remember it does have the adaptive dampers, so you can do a sport suspension, let's say steering, depending on which feel you like, sport or normal. And air conditioning, you can even customize the air conditioning to it. And the way you get into the custom mode, like normally we change the Eco, Sport, Sport Plus, and here normal mode, as you press the button for the normal mode and press it one more time to select the custom mode. So that's how you get to that custom mode. So this is your screen, and this is the infotainment system. As I mentioned before, down at the bottom you see the controls for the climate control. You also have the power and volume knob in here, more vents, and then right down here you have the USB type C, USB type A, little nuke in here for, I don't know, maybe the key wallet. And then you can actually open this. This is your wireless charger, but you can open this up, and underneath here you have more storage space here. Cup holders. Here's your shifter, as we've seen with most of the Toyotas. This is the digital shifter. In order to go to reverse, you go to the side and up, and that of course opens up the rear view camera, which we haven't seen yet. And there's no 360 on this particular one, but you have the active trajectory lines, decent quality camera system, and then I think there's only one angle, two angles that you can choose from. And of course you can turn on or off the trajectory lines depending on what you like. I like to keep mine on. Just, I want to see where I'm going, right? So down at the bottom you also have your shortcuts. Oh, first of all, if you want to put it in park, you press the button so we don't roll. Traction control off. Here's your trail mode, right? I believe that's what it's called. Yep. Brake hold. You can turn on or off that automatic engine start stop button. Hill descent assist, electronic parking brake. And in typical Lexus style, you can open this console right here, either on the driver's side, or if the passenger wants to reach out for something, they can open it on their side as well. Now right on top you have the regular mirror with the home link system. This is no digital mirror with the camera on this one, and we have the lights, LED lights, nice and bright. You can set it up when they're open, when the doors are open. And then you have the panoramic. This is just a regular sunroof, and this is an optional equipment, so it doesn't come with the sunroof. You actually have to add that to the vehicle. Illuminated mirrors on both driver and passenger side. And I'm curious how this vehicle drives, so let's take it on the road. Well, guys, if you want to get confused, take a look at the Lexus website, and there's so many different models. There's 13 different models on the NX that you can choose from. So basically there's 4, but out of the 4, there's different sub-trims that are available for it. So let's talk about the main ones. The NX350 is the base one. That has a starting MSRP of just over $40,000. It's $40,205. The NX350 is available in all-wheel drive only, and that starts at $43,965. But the one that I'm sitting in right now is the F Sport handling. That starts at $49,065. The NX350H is a hybrid, starts at $43,805, and the 450H Plus, which is the plug-in hybrid, starts at $58,655. That's also the one with the 37 miles all-electric range and the fastest 0 to 60 acceleration. But we don't have that one. We have the F Sport handling. Let's see how this one drives. First of all, I have this parking lot right here, and I can't help myself to check out the turning radius as well as the quick acceleration braking and some of the twists and turns to determine of how good or how bad the body roll is. We're going to start with the turning radius here. Turn the wheel all the way to the right, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots. This is super tight. This is just over 4. Not bad at all. All right, since we're already going, let's twist and turn. I just want to make sure that I'm in the Sport S Plus mode. Yep, that should tighten out those dampers a little bit. It's still very soft. I mean, we're talking about Lexus soft, so I don't expect, you know, this to tighten up as an X3 M Series BMW. Then, you know, we check out the acceleration from 0. Let's go. And brake. All right. So, I mean, the acceleration is decent. There's no question. It's better than on the NX250. Definitely can feel that more power, definitely more torque on it. Not much turbo lag, which is good, but I'm going to try to check that out on the road. That's going to give me a little bit better feel of the vehicle. And of course, the braking, that was good. And I didn't really feel much of that dip that a lot of times you feel in the car when you hit the brakes. You almost go through the front windshield. So this is good that, you know, the suspension is in control of it. Let's see if we can go a full 0 to 60. I'm at stop, Sport Plus engaged. Let's go. 40, 50, 60. In typical Lexus fashion, this is quick, but it doesn't feel very quick. In other words, it feels very luxurious and quiet. The sound insulation in the cabin is amazing. We could hear a little bit of that engine noise coming in. It wasn't very obtrusive, but it wasn't that growl where you can find from some of the more performance-oriented SUVs. A very nice and pleasant drive. Steering is very precise. It is, like I mentioned before, on the softer side, but that's most Lexuses. That's their trademark. The seats, you know, they're more aggressive than on the NX250 that I've driven. They weren't as sculpted in here, but as you can see, I'm not the smallest person. I fit in just fine, and I don't feel that they're uncomfortable. There is an extra lumbar support, you know, to help you with that natural curvature of your back to make you feel more comfortable, and they do that job very well. Now, are they heated and ventilated? Because I didn't see that anywhere. Oh yeah, they're heated, but they're not ventilated seats. I wish that maybe they had the ventilated seats. Just think of us, people down here in Florida or some of the other warm states. Well, let's talk about the competition really quick. Now, it competes in the segment where you'll find the Mercedes-Benz GLC and the X3 and the Q5 and the RDX. Lots of competition, lots of great vehicles. Now, price point. This is $52,000, which is less expensive than definitely some of the German competitors. I think the last GLC that I've tested was at about $65,000, so about $10,000 more. But I've also tested the RDX A-Spec Advance package, and that is the highest package. Let's accelerate here. Let's see some corners here. I like that F Sport handling. That adaptive suspension really makes a difference. Holds on to the road, that keeps the level very well. You still know that you're in control of this vehicle. Even a slight movement of the steering wheel projects that on the road. So this is a very nice feature, of course, you know, as far as the precise steering of any vehicle. So great job on it. Going back to the RDX, I think that these two are probably the most competitive in between themselves, right? So this is the closest one as far as the competition. So the RDX is going to be a little bit bigger. I think as far as the tech, I like this better, just because I simply don't like the RDX infotainment system. I also like that it is touchscreen, and you can upgrade it if you wanted to have that 14-inch screen. You can upgrade it with the RDX. I think the top screen is at 10 inches. The power output, similar on both of the vehicles. Now this one's got a different power delivery. Let's do it one more time to make sure. And then again, we got it up to speed, and I think that it does have less of that turbo lag that I found on the RDX. And the RDX was very pronounced. It was just, you hit the accelerator and it hesitated, and then once it slingshot you, it went. I mean, it goes. It's a quick vehicle. So this one, as far as the off the line, I think it's going to have just a little bit better pickup. And you know, the comfort, I did find the RDX seats to be a little bit more comfortable than these, although there's nothing wrong with these seats. So I think those are the two closest ones. And back in the parking lot, guys, time to sum it all up. I'll definitely give this vehicle 2 thumbs up. I like the way it looks, I like the way it drives, I like the technology that it has in it, and the fact that it is a Lexus, and the reliability factor and the longevity factor of the brand. That's definitely what gets a lot of people excited, including myself. Now, just one thing to mention, this is not a fully loaded trim, right? So there's a lot to add to it. You can upgrade the screen to the 14-inch screen, you can upgrade the panoramic sunroof, you can upgrade the stereo, you can upgrade the headlights. So there's a few options, or more than a few options, that you can still add to this vehicle. With the $52,000 price range, you can probably easily be at about $57,000, $58,000 if you wanted to add all of them to this vehicle. So just keep that in mind. Do I like this better than the RDX? I think honestly this would be a coin toss for me, because there's certain features on the RDX that I like better, like the roominess and the comfort of the seats. The design of the vehicle, very subjective depending on which one you like better. I actually like them both, so for me it wouldn't be a huge factor in choosing one. As far as the drive, I would give it to Lexus. I just like that power delivery a little bit better. It's less hesitation, both of them turbocharged engines, less hesitation on the Lexus than on the RDX. Now the RDX might have felt a little bit better with that SH all-wheel drive system on the corners, but this one wasn't bad at all either. So definitely coin toss between the two. Now, you know, we can talk about the GLCs and the X3s and the Q5s and all of the stuff, but it would just take way too long. But these, I believe, the RDX and the NX are the two closest competitors. Well, if you're anywhere in Sarasota, go check out the guys at Lexus of Sarasota. They'll definitely help you out in your automotive needs, and they have great new and used car selection. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed making this. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.